Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage. Welcome to episode 6 of Europa Universalis IV as England. I'm afraid I have to start off with a little bit of embarrassing news. Apparently when I recorded the first 5 videos, at the end of the last one I either failed to save, or it didn't save properly, or it got corrupted, or I've accidentally deleted the save, or something. Something has happened, I'm not too sure what. Either way, as a result, we're currently in a position where I lost my save for the final 5th video. So we're kind of back to pre-war, which means we don't have Picardy and we don't have our trade power from Holland. So I thought I'd just come clean straight away, and I mean that was a long video. I did a lot of stuff in that video. I'm going to try and recreate some of it. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to recreate all of it because I didn't watch back through the video and ascertain exactly what happened. But we're going to go back through. Obviously, I can't guarantee it's going to be the same because of the random nature of the game. Well, we go ahead and just take admin tech level 4 there. But what I would like to be able to do is declare war on Burgundy all the same and still take Picardy and just get us back to roughly where we were before. Let's just have a look at missions. Would be nice if we could get our manpower to recover. I don't think we're going to... I'll take the mission anyway. But what we're going to be doing is getting ready for the possibility of going to war with Burgundy. I think I'm going to actually leave the heavies mothballed for now. But I'm going to move the cogs around to Kent. I need to unmothball the cogs first. I'm going to transfer a load of troops over to the mainland here, and then what I'll do is maybe get some mercenaries, just make sure we don't lose any battles, and we'll try... We've got to make sure, I mean, even though... What have we got here? Game of free money, brilliant. Even though a lot of these provinces are going to be easy to take, because... where's our fort map mode button? Right, there's only one fort that Burgundy actually have on this stretch of land, which is Namur. So we should probably grab that first, because well, we can grab Picardy, Artois and Cambrai without any problems. Hainaut will be able to grab, but we'll still need to siege out Namur in order to keep it flipped. But the point is, we won't be able to peace out unless we actually hold some forts in the area. So we're definitely going to have to grab that fort anyway. Burgundy are currently in a war with Aragon. They're not in their personal union with... I'm not sure why that happened. When I loaded the game up, they were still in a personal union with Holland, so I'm not too sure why that's broken. So why are they no longer in a personal union with Holland? Also, you wouldn't accept vassalization because of the economic tax base. And you're a member of the Empire. So we're probably never going to be able to vassalize you. Which is a shame. Don't really want to ally you, because if we can't vassalize you, then what I'm probably going to want to do is take stuff from you. So I could go ahead and get some mercenaries now, but I don't want to do that just yet. That's why I haven't unmothballed the heavies, and I haven't put the maintenance up. We're just going to wait a little while until we've actually gained some... well, what am I waiting for? Waiting to gain some manpower, gain some money, although I'm about to spend some money. And we'll see what happens with Burgundy in their current war, see if they get chopped up a little bit. What do I want to do? Let's go ahead and get some buildings. We can get temples now. That's not going to help us an awful lot. Now, these figures are actually monthly incomes now, not yearly incomes. So we could go ahead and get ourselves a little bit more trade power in some of the really good nodes. So let's go and do that. That's probably enough. So I have since discovered that the event still exists to be able to get the 100 Years' War with France. So as you might have remembered if you played EU4 before, when you started as England or France, you started in the 100 Years' War. Basically, England were the attacker in a war on France, and the CB was to take the capital. And it would, as in a peace deal, England could enforce a personal union on France. Now, you can't actually do that now because you don't start at war, and there's no way for England to declare war with that CB. But there is an event that can fire that allows it to happen. I'm not sure if there's a prerequisite for it, or if it's something that just happens after a certain length of time, or if it's just random. But certainly, it can fire. I'm going to keep looking at the ledger because I want to see how Burgundy are with their army. They've got 18,000 with some manpower in the bank. They don't have any mercenaries. So we want to wait at least a little while until we're in a position to do that. We're currently sucking up to Austria and we're sucking up to Munster. We'll allow that to continue. How are those cogs doing? The cogs are at 100%, so let's consider moving some troops over. Co has a supply limit of 32, so we'll be absolutely fine there. So let's go ahead and, well, first of all, move the army into Kent would probably help. We want to attach you to the ships and we'll start dropping them over at Co. I know they're not at full maintenance, that doesn't really make much of a difference. So you can go and attach to transport. So we're just going to ship the entire army over here. And then we'll get some, we'll definitely get some mercenaries just to make sure that things are going to be nice and safe for us. Ulster has now been called, fantastic. So let's get the army over there. Transports can stay here, I think, just in case. Well, no, if it gets flipped, we might need. They might get forced out and destroyed. So we'll put our army here on the mainland. We'll group them up. What do we like on force limit? We're actually a fair bit below our force limit right now. And what is our composition here? Our composition is a little cavalry rich. So the fact that we're never going to be able to regain our manpower, let's just go ahead and grab a few more infantry units. And I'll probably train quite a few more infantry units before we go in. It is going to be a little bit of a pain not having much manpower to go into this war. We also just need to keep our eye on Burgundy and see what's going on with them war-wise. Maybe we can jump on them when they are really weak. Making a fairly decent amount of money each month, so that is not a terrible thing right now. And we are not too far away from completing a few buildings. That's going to help with our trade and our taxation. So that's put us up to 26. Let's go ahead and grab a couple more. Like I said, I'd like to get the war done and over with as quickly as possible, mainly so I can just get back to where we were in the original video, although we may not get there exactly. We can now go ahead and grab our next military tech, so we might as well go and do that, which will give us a new unit type, which we will take the man-at-arms. So, of course, we're going to get a little morale drop there, and we will have to go up in put our morale up before we actually go to war, as well as bringing the forts up as well. So, Holland, you are at war with Aragon as well. That's strange. If you're no longer in this personal union with... You're no longer in this personal union with Burgundy, but you're still fighting in the war. So you haven't separate pieced out, which is probably a little strange. So we're still considerably below our unit cap. So again, let's go in and put a few more men in. We're really going to run out of manpower now. I don't know why I even took that mission. In fact, I know that that mission is never going to be achieved. So let's just go ahead and cancel it right away. It's absolutely pointless it being there. How are things going with you at the moment, Burgundy? You got 13,500 troops. Okay, well, maybe we'll wait for that to get down a little bit lower. I think we've got good relations with all of our others. 197 with Brittany, 196 with Castile, 188 with Portugal, and we've got 152 with Austria, but we're currently working on them. So we are friendly, very friendly with all of our allies, which is absolutely fantastic. We've got to remember, of course, if we do jump on Burgundy, we're not just going to have Burgundy to deal with, but we're going to have all of their vassals and stuff as well. And it still says that they're actually... Holland is still showing, for some reason. Although I didn't realise that they were still Holland's overlord. I don't think they're still Holland's overlord. Yeah, they're in a royal marriage and an alliance with Mecklenburg, but... that's it. So I'm not too sure what is going on there. Right, Siena has become a free city in the HRE. Fine. But we will be coming Burgundy. We're going to take our core back. You're not having that for much longer. I mean, yes, I could just keep spending manpower to boost up my troops. The problem I'm going to have with that is as soon as we start to take attrition, we're not going to have any manpower to reinforce from. So even though we are still below our force limit by 6, what I think I'm going to do is get... I think we'll have 3 infantry mercenaries, and then I think we'll have 3 infantry cavalry as well. That'll take us up to our force limit. So we can either get 10 free prestige or 65 ducats. Well, we're not in a huge deal of rush for the money. We're doing quite well. So obviously that might change a little bit once we've got these mercenaries, and we're still not at full maintenance, but it will take us up to our force limit. We are going to have to go ahead and unmothball the heavies at some point. They are still at war with Aragon. Attacker against Aragon in the Papal Conquest. And what we're going to have to do at some point is pull one of these diplomats back just so we can actually see what we could affect. Let's go ahead and get you guys across, and that'll be the full weight limit there. Now, we shouldn't take any attrition because we'll be bang on the weight limit. Obviously, we are going to have to split this army up a little bit because we want to try and siege out as much of their stuff as quickly as possible so that we can go and grab the stuff that we want. But I'm still going to just keep it as it is for the moment. I'm not going to rush into the war. We'll wait until the time is right. Burgundy is still allied with Hungary and Milan and the Papal State. The thing that worries me there more than anything is Hungary, to be honest. But we'll see what happens there. We can invest in a new technology, which is Diplotech. We could go ahead and grab that, because it would technically, I believe, put us ahead of time. Yeah, so now we're going to get that trade efficiency bonus, so that will help with the money a little bit coming in. Obviously, we are going to need some Diplo points for the peace deal, but it's going to take a little while. And we are making 7 points a month, even though we're actually over our diplomatic relations, so that's not too bad at all. This army's just going to sit around there. They're not going to do an awful lot right now. I don't think anyone's in a huge danger of attacking us. Let's just have a quick look. There's no coalition or anything against us, so we should be quite safe. A lot of it's going to come down to who is willing to jump in on our side in the war. Certainly looks like Burgundy is managing to siege out some of the provinces in Aragon. It looks like there's a few sieges going on over here as well, because we can just see the explosions going on. We can see the siege happening, even though we can't see the soldiers that are actually in the province. Also looks like, I'm not sure what happened there, but that just disappeared, whatever it was. So come on, Burgundy, just give me an option. Just, yeah, they've peaced out now. The war is now over. Yeah, they still look like they're allied with all the same people. Flanders wants military access. Don't have any problem with giving them any, not right now anyway. Are Flanders still part of Burgundy? Are they still under Burgundy? Doesn't look like they are, actually. Interesting stuff. So Burgundy, yeah, so Burgundy are actually a little bit weaker now, aren't they? I mean, obviously they're still allied with the Papal State. I see this used to belong to Provence. I think it's all now the Papal State now. The Papal State and Milan. Yeah, the Papal State's getting quite big, and Hungary's going to be a little bit of a pain. Maybe it'd be nice if some of those guys would actually end up getting into another war, and then there'd be a little bit less chance of them getting involved with Burgundy's war, but you can never guarantee that that is going to happen. And hopefully Austria will come in to help us, but... Right, we can take a new... we can incorporate Munster, we can conquer Poitou. Neither of these are our immediate goals. I really feel like I should take a mission, but none of them are actually what we're going for right now. I mean, we could just ignore Burgundy and go for France. France are currently allied with Savoy and Venice. I don't think that would be a huge problem. We don't have a truce with them anymore, so we could just go in and try and grab Armagnac from them or something like that, or even Poitou. Both of which have a fort. What's France's army like in terms of numbers? France has 26,000 troops. Yeah, not too sure where they are or what they're doing. But anyway, as I said, I kind of want to repeat what I did in the last video. I know we're not going to be able to do it exactly, but I would like to at least try and take Picardy, and then we'll be back to roughly where we were before. We are regaining a little bit of manpower. So currently there's no wars going on with Burgundy. I really wish that they weren't allied with Hungary, but there's not a great deal I can do about that. Can I bring back either of these guys yet? Well, you've nearly finished, you've nearly maxed out improving relations with Austria. I guess we could theoretically wait for that to complete. Although, is it really worth waiting because you are that close? Let's go and bring this guy back from Munster. Let's go ahead and unmothball the heavies. And let's go ahead and turn up our army maintenance. We're getting ready to go to war. We also want to make sure that we have this fort unmothballed, this fort unmothballed, and probably, just to be safe, get this fort unmothballed as well. So it's going to take a little bit of time just for the garrisons to get up to strength there. So we're not going to jump on them straight away. It would be nice to wait for an opportunity. It would be nice for Burgundy to turn their backs while they go and deal with some sort of other problem. Austria not currently in any wars. Austria are actually allied with Hungary as well. That's very interesting. If I were to declare war on Picardy right now, on Burgundy, Austria would come in. Yeah, so would Hungary and Milan, which is a little bit of a pain. Not too sure that that situation is ever going to change, though, to be perfectly honest. I don't think I'm going to declare war just yet, though. Let us just keep improving those relations for now. And I'm definitely going to make sure that I save at the end of this episode as well, so we don't have this problem again. When can we actually start to bring you in? 64. So we've still got 5 years before we can get those guys in as well, but that should be fine. How are our relations with Scotland? Scotland don't like me. Mainly because they want my provinces, because they've got that mission, haven't they? There's a mission that Scotland get. I think there's definitely some sort of mission that they get to take my provinces. Can we actually see it? Yeah, I can't remember what it's called, but there is a mission that they get to try and take provinces from me. But yeah, I think we should be okay. I don't think we have to worry too much about Scotland there. Remember, they're not actually going to be involved in this war. They could try and jump on me, of course. There's every possibility they might try and sneak attack me while I'm busy with Burgundy, but hopefully that won't happen. So what do we get here then? We can either get some additional missionary strength and reduced tolerance of heretics for some papal influence. I think we're going to take the prestige there. We are going to want to convert over to Protestant at some point. Reform desire is still only 26.5, which isn't great. Recall our diplomat from Austria. Can't do anything more with Austria there. Are you going to get in a war with anybody, Burgundy? Because it'd be really cool if you did. Or at least if some of your allies ended up getting busy elsewhere. If Hungary got busy in a war. Are Hungary in a war with anybody right now? No. It'd be nice if somebody declared on Hungary and kept Hungary busy. And then we could jump into the war with Austria on our side. Austria could deal with Hungary. And we should be able to deal with Burgundy quite easily. I'm just not too sure if and when that's going to happen. Parliament, we can't do anything for another couple of years, or just under. Remember what I said about this before. It's saying too few seats in Parliament, but that doesn't mean we have too few seats. You need to have, I think it's 20% of your 20% of your cores, your non-overseas cores, have to be seats. But it's either 20 or 25%. I can't remember. But you do get a warning if you're below 33%, which is a bit weird. Austria's declared war on Augsburg, so we might not be able to call Austria in, although they should finish that war quite quickly. So now may not be the best time to actually start this war. Austria still reckon that they would come in, which would be interesting. What have we got here? 5-3 prestige. Well, I'm not going to grumble at that, am I? Obviously, this is giving Burgundy a chance to rebuild somewhat, which we don't really want to happen. Let's just put them on the bottom line because it makes them easier to find. 15,000 men. They've got absolutely no manpower, though, so that actually could be quite useful. Hungary, on the other hand, have got a fair few troops around, and we don't really want to have to deal with them. I wonder if Hungary are actually involved in that war. Oh, no, Hungary are actually allied with Austria. So I wonder how that would work then, because if we called Austria in, would Hungary be able to get involved in the war? Because their ally is going to be in on the opposite side, although defensive calls go out first, which means Hungary would get called in, and then Austria probably wouldn't join, which could be potentially problematic. But let's wait and see how that war goes on for them anyway. Is there anyone else that we actually want to suck up to? Could try and suck up to Flanders. Flanders don't hate me. I don't want to offer them an alliance, although we could do. It'd put us well over our relationships. But let's go and improve relations with them. We've got influenza in... Wow, that's a lot of trade power lost. How long is it for? Just a year. Yeah, we'll take that. That's fine. Yeah, Flanders, I don't want to go over my relationships by giving them an alliance. They wouldn't accept vassalization mainly for... Wow, really? Your military power? There's not that much... we're a fair bit bigger than you in military power. We've got like 3 times your army. But it's mainly because of the tax base. And I've only got 3 provinces, but they must be very, very well-developed provinces. 16, 20, 20, yeah. So... in total, they've got like 56 provincial development, which I guess is quite high for a 3-province nation. Yeah, again, not really any particular... Can't really do any of these, to be honest. We can't actually bring these guys in just yet. What year did I say it was? 64, I think. 1464. So we're not going to be taking any missions just yet. You're still not in a war with anybody, are you? No, because that would make life too easy. Looks like Brittany's got some noble rebels down there, but they're not my problem. Also looks like Ravensburg's got some peasants going on there. Come on, Austria, you're taking an awfully long time to siege that out, if that's what you are attempting to do. Yep, you are still at war. Should definitely at least wait for that war to be over. I'm really not too sure how it's going to work, whether or not Austria is going to come in to the war when we've got their ally fighting against us. That one could be a little bit interesting. Not too sure how that is going to work. Did Brittany's army really lose against the rebels? Wow, Brittany. Okay, so we have a dead leader. Oh, wow, look at the new air. That's not too bad. I mean, it's only 10 points, but that's still pretty good. Not a lot on the old Diplo there, but admin and military, that is very, very good. We did lose a stability there. I could go ahead and boost the stability up, but I'm not going to at this point, because there's every chance that we may end up getting an event that gives us a free stability. So sometimes paying to go up to stability 3 is not worth it. It's quite expensive to do. So, you know, why spend the 210 admin points when you may well get an event that gives it to you for free? Which is even worse, you spend the 210 admin points to put it up to 3, and then you get an event that gives you a free stability, which is just wasted because you're already capped, or you get an event that gives you a stability drop, which is a pain because basically that 210 admin points becomes completely wasted. Now, unfortunately, because I'm keeping these videos around about 20 minutes, it doesn't look like we're actually going to get into the war this episode, and I do appreciate that last episode we'd pretty much started the war, won the war, and finished the war, and in this sort of replay, we haven't even got as far as starting, but it does mean we can start fresh on the next video, hopefully go and take our core back from Burgundy, so I'm going to go ahead and end things there, definitely make sure I save this time. So thanks a lot for watching, guys, I hope you were still enjoying EU4, and I'll see you on the next video. So, until then, goodbye for now.